Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're going into the last little bit of today's episode of Roll20 Presents the Sprawl. It's mission time. It's mission time. And let's take a quick look. Let's do an inventory of the clocks. So legwork is currently at 2100. The action clock is at 1800, and we are ready to roll in.
Did we acquire the means to extract?
Yes. Yeah. So I think that what we we start. I guess where does the mission begin from? Like, are you already on your way? Are you meeting with your pilot?
I mean, getting a jet pickup would be the first thing, but I think that interaction is negligible anyway. So being on the jet would be fine.
Is us like landing on the roof?
Yeah.
No, it's definitely not that.
No.
Or is getting there going to be a whole?
Yes, you have the means to extract, but you haven't gotten into the restricted airspace or any of that business yet. Now,
Yeah, I need us all together to make a plan before we do this.
Yeah, so maybe this is the thing. Maybe you're where does the pickup take place? That's something that I want to know from Flamingo, and then Neat, you can talk about your plan for everybody.
The jet itself, if it's a VTOL jet and it's piloted by our buddy Gemini, it's probably a Freyr. It's probably a Freyr vehicle.
I don't think he works for Freyr.
No?
No. He's an independent contractor like you.
Okay.
He does have a VTOL jet. It may be Freyr hardware, but he definitely doesn't. Yeah, definitely doesn't.
Okay, it's not like airspace coded or anything.
Yeah, he wouldn't be allowed to do this job if he worked for Freyr anyway. So yeah, so he mostly does independent cargo missions.
Wait,
stuff.
what? That's new information.
Well, if you work for Freyr, you can't side contract.
I mean, I guess
You're not allowed to like take the jet that they pay for and make money off of it doing other things.
Yeah, that would probably be bad. Yeah.
It's like running a cab. It's like running a cab off meter and getting paid in cash for it. So you can imagine a cargo vehicle. He doesn't have guns on his ship. He's not that kind of guy. And it has the big wings with the turning rotors that you can pick up and land in. Otherwise, it's mostly like a plane, like a big cargo plane. It's pretty beat up. It's not like a brand new plane. He's used it lots.
No, obviously.
On the side of it, I think so. It's been repainted recently in a gray kind of urban camo pattern, and on the side it's got the markings of some kind of like a Cuban like fourth generation like Marxist guerrilla force spray painted on the side. So big like
good.
Big hammer and sickle and like some like other kind of iconography, big red star.
That's what I wanted.
But I mean that's not really visible unless you're up near it, or like people don't look at vehicles outside of like scopes, right? Like that won't show up on the radar. And so it's gonna pick you up where?
There's got to be some place that like cargo vehicles can, sit down or.
It's VTOL, so it can just be a rooftop of the building.
Okay, sure. So you're the roof of your apartment building then?
Not flamingos. I would assume that flamingo doesn't sleep anybody there.
Definitely not flamingos.
Why? So I'm asking.
Maybe
No, it's the deluxe Burger King, Gothenburg, mega burger, super hyper eats, restaurant column.
So,
it's on the top of that. It's from a public place.
Yeah, so he's gonna pick you up in a public location. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a mall that has, as part of its parking facility, it has a helipad that you can use.
The future.
Yeah.
So like I feel like Cathode is totally like playing a part. Like she's dressed up all like, super black like outfit, and like she's got her like silly goggles, and they're like, she took off the like little charms that she has on her stuff, and she's just like, yeah, I'm super ready. And like B and Puppy Cat are like all like, wearing like they're all like black and like serious looking, and she's
the matte black.
Yeah, she's totally digging on her new like, this is all illegal, right? and this is gonna be cool, and we're gonna be like Catwoman, and just like any kind of Disney Bezos reference that like she knows of is what she's pulling all of her outfits from.
And QQ just like walks past you towards the chopper, and I'm just like, try hard.
Also, just as a point of fiction here, it wouldn't be Catwoman because Disney doesn't own DC.
Right.
Show Nintendo Onisoft does.
Oh, Show Nintendo owns DC. Okay, then not Catwoman, Black Widow.
Yeah, totally.
There you go.
Black Widow is where we're going then. Yeah, she's got
you've like put a stencil on it and it says "fuck the police," but it's actually bleeped out like the U and the C.
No.
Massive drama.
No, she's feeling more like a superhero.
So,
like tactical superhero.
Yeah. So I guess we meet up with Gemini.
Well, so Dave, you want to Neat has a thing first, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. So, okay, everybody, got the jet sorted out. That's great. Didn't get some of the side stuff that we wanted, like having any idea where it is that we're going. And
we know the address.
Right. So we'll fly something there. And tons of plans. I think we're going classical. I say classical. Classical's a good term for this. We have Smash. And I'd like to point, I point to QQ and then a thumb to myself and grab. Now, you're welcome to join us on the jet if you want, Kathy, but probably going to be dangerous.
And Kathy's just like looking a little bit like Peter Pan, but like uncomfortable. Like she's got like her like legs akimbo and whatever. And she's just like, you might need me. Like B has like, I can be very useful. And then she like swallows hard and she's just like, I'm gonna do this. This is
All right. Good. That's definitely what I like to hear. So get up and go. Great. Fantastic. Okay. So smash, grab, and then hack, I guess, some stuff. I don't know. Can you hack up if they send another plane after us?
Security. And I can handle security. That's one of my moves. Out of character. The bypass is to subvert security measures. Like, just that's what it is. So, and then
she can like spoof our RFID or whatever on our chopper to get us.
And I can interface with and am an expert with vehicles and drones. So if there's an enemy drone, I could also be helpful there probably.
Okay, that's great. It's just that, like last time we didn't want guns. That wasn't part of the plan. This time it is. So just like putting it out there, just like letting you choose. I know you're new to this sort of thing. Anyway, great. Glad we have you on board, literally as well. So it's going to be fly there. QQ, going to be your job to anybody's guarding the package. Obviously, we don't want them to have that anymore because we're going to take it.
Yeah, you don't need to explain it to me, Neat.
Great. I just need to clarify it because as everybody follows the plan.
I'm giving you the hard stare. I'm giving you the hard stare right now. You're just pointedly ignoring me in this conversation.
Yeah. I was going to ask if you wanted to join us on the jet as well, but I think maybe you could do more for us on the ground, right?
Looking pointedly at her missing arm.
Fine.
Okay.
Don't do anything unless you tell me what you're doing.
No, that's fine. We can relay back to you. That's great. So what we're going to want, same time we enter from the air, a little bit before, have your contacts, have your little friends start causing a ruckus on the perimeter. Hopefully draw some eyes away from the sky. And then provide us with backup once we picked up the package. Sound good?
Sure.
And I like through my communications relay, like I just like send you a little like ping, Flamingo. Does anyone else have a communications relay at all?
So the relay means that you're the one like bouncing the communications around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we've got,
it's
like,
like
phones.
it's
I
like
have
a
a little
server. Everybody's got a
Sprawl
phone or whatever, and you can
thing.
encrypt the communication between them.
Okay, but like actually me being here to be able to like encrypted communicate with Flamingo is like no one else can.
No, they can through your relay.
Well, I was
Yeah,
if I
exactly.
wasn't here,
If
I
you weren't
wasn't
there, yeah.
That is my question. Like, do I have value there as well? I guess.
Yeah, you can
Like-
be a comms antenna.
Yeah. So I just I like ping Flamingo and like set up like an encrypted link like through our communications relay, and like I send a little like very basic like non-emoji, because this is all like professional, like semicolon parentheses, like I'm just like yeah.
I just like minimize.
Okay. Any questions? Great. No, that's good. Okay. Simple mission plan. Still getting used to this. It's fine. You know, why don't we get back? Been missing out on something important. Anyway, we'll sort that out then. Right. Is that your guy now?
Yeah, and so this is you're having this conversation, I guess, out on the parking lot as the vessel arrives, and yeah, it's this big VTOL jet painted in urban camo comes like lowering down, and the cargo door opens. And it's still idling. The thing is quite loud, but you see a man. You see Captain Benedict coming outside. He's wearing a like an olive flight suit, and he's just taking off a pair of aviators as he gets off. He's tall. He has like quite dark skin. He's of mixed like Spanish and African descent, so like quite dark skin, handsome dude. He's got his head shaved, and he comes out and he waves to you, Flamingo.
Yeah, I walk up to you know, like the whole like the jet is sitting down and walking towards it, wind and so forth. When he gets out, I sort of like shake his hand.
Well, I mean, he goes to shake your hand, but like
yeah,
he looks and
Please.
yeah, he shakes his hand and he shakes his head, kind of puts his hand down, lifts his glasses, and he looks over at you, QQ, like, you fuck, like.
Yeah, and I just like I have this like massive duffel with like my combat armor and all my guns and stuff in it, and I'm just like it's over my shoulder, and I'm just walk past him. Like I don't even make eye contact.
I
Yeah.
am making heart eyes over this jet and the guy. I'm like flipping my hair and pretending to be super professional. I'm like, oh man, this jet is so cool. Like, yeah, she's into the hardware.
Gemini, you're going to be taking my team here to my
The team is
here
fine.
to the location that I have sent to you. You know,
Mhm.
Immediately through AR. Drop them on the roof, get the package, leave. That's all that's needed.
And he says, you don't expect any resistance, any trouble.
There might be something, but that's for them to deal with.
Might be is a little too uncertain. You don't think, and he looks over at the jet. He said, you don't think I'm worried about getting shot out of the sky? What do you know?
I know that we have a very short window in which to collect this item.
Yeah, and he scowls. He's like, all right. And you can see he's like, I'm not going to ask him more questions, but he's not happy about it.
Hey, buddy, you know as much as we do. If we're the middlemen, does that make you the side middle?
He looks over at you and he's got his glasses on again. And he's like, I don't know you. I'm not your buddy. Get on the plane.
Right, good. Great.
Like while you're like getting on the plane, I'm like, I go up to the what's it, the Gemini, and I'm just like spouting off a bunch of nonsense about like VTOL jets and like I don't know, like I don't have this knowledge personally, but Cathode is all about vehicles and tech and stuff. So she's just like going on forever. Like as she gets on the thing and she like has her drones get on the jet, she's just nonstop like talking.
Kathy, don't you think you should be preparing?
Huh?
It's like very sort of like interrupt in the middle of your ramble.
And like she looks back like as like Puppy Cat and Bee like are on the thing and she's like, oh, but like yeah, no, I'm yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I call back. I'm like, yeah, this is one of the shitty ones. It doesn't even transform.
Yeah, his plane turns into a gun and he puts it in the holster. Yeah, so he gets on and he walks straight through the cargo area, and there's benches on either side with like mesh to like seat belts, essentially, whatever the harnesses on these benches. And at the far end there's a door that leads into the cockpit, and so he walks in, opens that, goes into the cockpit, and he's got one of these big chairs with the plugs built into the back of the headrest to go into his neural link, and he's got his big heads up display and all the console in front of him.
I just start totally rambling again.
I am maybe standing a little too close for this to be like takeoff distance. You know, like I haven't gotten on because I'm not, but I look over at QQ.
Yeah, she's in the back, like hauling her armor on.
And I say, "Gonna be okay without me?"
That's never the problem. And I'm like, slipping this big armored boot on.
Oh, I see how it is. Just poking fun.
Just stay behind the Velks, huh? Let them do the work.
Yeah. We'll get it covered. Don't worry. I'll bring them to the front. I won't even bring them, in fact. I'll just send them.
Okay. So where do you go, Flamingo? Where are you like
like
relaying from?
while this like takeoff is happening, I walk off and I head towards I've got a bike, so I head towards the location myself. But like on the ground.
Oh, okay.
And I have my little gang of drones, my little gang of 4-year-old security droids. Create a distraction at the front of this building if I can get to it.
Yeah, I mean their jam is protection, right? So you can't use them to like go off and do things without you. They have to stay near you and like look after you. Yeah, so that's just something to keep in mind.
All right.
That's their operating procedure.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hang out near this place with them. And if I need to run interference, I will start running said interference.
Okay. So the VTOL lifts off and starts heading towards this like block, this restricted block, and I think obviously the plane will get there before your bike will. Everybody take XP for acquiring the means to extract. You have the means. We'll see if you pull it off. And so you start heading in, and I think about 1 kilometer or so away, maybe more, like maybe 5K away. You all get in your AR, you get a message, like you're connected. It's kind of like it's like kind of being on a helicopter, right? In that you can't hear anything, you just hear the of the jets, but you get headsets, and then the AR is present, and so you can see floating in the middle of the room a kind of 3-dimensional map of the city. You can see the little red triangle of you moving towards the target, and then there's this like black kind of perimeter, and Benny brings up there's a change in the overlay, so it pulses, and you see about a dozen little orange dots that just appear around. Cathode, you recognize right away that these indicate aerial like drones of some kind. You've seen this kind of map before, and that reads definitely as like unmanned aerial vehicles. There's at least a dozen of them just kind of patrolling the airspace over this block.
And like, so I guess I was probably like at the front of the, like towards the front, so I could like see like the cockpit and like just probably babble. And when I see that, I like call back and I'm like, guys, it's not, there's like security and stuff. Did we have a plan?
So Benny flips in an audio. He's like, we're getting some message, and he flips in, and it's a repeating message. It's in Swedish. It rotates through a few languages, but it essentially says, Europe, by the authority of the Gothenburg Municipal, I guess like municipal service, you're entering restricted airspace. According to code, whatever, and it gives you some like random municipal code. Please, turn your vehicle around. Do not approach.
What do you got? Drones?
Yeah. I need to.
Perfect.
And like she goes into the like, wait, I got this. So I'm gonna attempt to like encrypted signal to one of them and bypass their security, whichever, like if there's two that are close, I'm gonna use my bypass move and be like, hey, you don't see us.
If you enter the airspace, they'll probably all come over and check it out.
Then it would be like a replicating like command, like you don't see us, and you're gonna send to these guys that they don't see us, and like.
Or could we spoof that we're approved to be in this area?
That we could probably do that too. It's just the move is just subvert security measures. So I think that this.
Yeah,
is
you tell me how you want to subvert them. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
You don't get that for free. I'm not gonna tell you how you do that.
No.
Yeah, you tell me. So do you want to pretend that you're allowed? Do you?
I guess I look back at the people who like know what the fuck they're doing, like QQ and especially Neat. I'm like, so I can talk to them, but what do you?
Not seeing us is better than expecting us. Nobody will know that we're coming. We'll have less people on the roof, right? If you can do that.
We're not here? I could do that. Yeah. I mean,
Great.
I can try to do that. She doesn't say that part. She's just like, yeah, totally. Uh-huh.
Okay. So you can. So here's the thing: the security that you can bypass is their radar. Right? You would disappear off the radar.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be one thing, right? You just vanish. You can't do both that and like the drones will almost certainly have optics with someone on the other side looking through them, so they'll be able to physically see you. You can't make your airplane invisible, but you can subvert the like long range stuff, and then he would have to try to avoid the drones like actual physical patrols.
Okay, so I mean that would be something I know. Like they're not just like looking through radar. Like
yeah, the drones would have cameras on them. For sure.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I repeat that and I'm just like, yeah, no, I can definitely just like have them say we're not here, but if someone's like taking a look-see through the camera, like I can't, we don't have. Is there stealth tech on this thing? Like, I like look over at Gemini.
Yeah, he's in the other room, so you can't see him, but he can hear you talking, and he laughs. He's like, "Not with what you pay me."
So yeah, I mean, like I can't make it. I mean, whatever you. And I'm just like.
So assume Flamingo, you can hear. You're hearing all of this.
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm like
all
patched
connected
in.
by comms.
I'm patched into all the audio. Yeah. Exactly.
So I can make us like invisible on the radar, but that doesn't mean that they can't just look out the cameras and see, or look out a window. I mean, there's buildings.
Whatever you're going to do it.
Chi, I think this one's on you. We're going to need that distraction now. Draw him away.
Motherfucker. I'm like, all right, fine.
So Benny's like, I'm gonna turn her around. We'll make another pass. You tell me when we're ready to go over this border. And the ship starts to bank and like turn left as you because if you just keep going straight forward, you'll cross that line.
All right,
so you
so I'll
turn and we pan down through the streets and all the buildings down to the motorcycle approaching, and
yeah, I like slide, into an alley or something.
Yeah, so you're not anywhere near the building. You're at the edge of the block, like the black zone. And you notice that the walls here they've erected concrete barriers, sometimes like cutting across a street, blocking off this specific black region. They're about 20 feet high. and they're painted with the yellow and black like caution tape like all the way around. And they have the like warning stickers, these big warning decals that are in the same like municipal construction bureau. Like the city has its own corporation, and that corporation does like construction and manufacturing, and it's basically saying like this is a restricted zone, can't come in here. It's usually put up when they're either doing dangerous construction or they're going to demo a building.
Okay.
So there's this whole thing, and there are checkpoints at certain like big streets. So you can see one, and there are these two big like concrete blocks and a big gate, a metal gate that's crossed over the in between them, blocking off the street. And beyond, it's abandoned. All the buildings have their lights off, that kind of stuff. And there are a group of, I'd say like 3 like armed guards outside the gate.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll to bypass the drones.
So you do want to try to like drop you off the radar?
I'm doing
You're doing radar.
Yeah, I'm doing what Neat told me to do. We're like invisible to like the triggering, like you're not supposed to be here sensor, but like not the like if someone's looking through the cameras, like that's
Right. And we want those eyes that are controlling those
and
to start looking down.
in doing what
That's how we do that.
Neat
Hold
told me
on.
to
So
do.
that sounds like 2 things.
It is 2 things.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
We
you're
want-
gonna turn off the radar, and then
Yep.
Flamingo is gonna
And then
try
I'm
to
doing
give them
anything.
something to look for down
Yeah.
below.
Yep.
Okay.
So am I taking one forward because I'm doing
Yes.
what you told me to do? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So I
Okay.
get valuable insight into the facility's security, gain 1 intel.
That soldier move is interesting because it feels like you just are like, okay, killer, kill things. Tech, do tech stuff. You know?
The thing is, and it drops off when they fail or they go off mission.
Sure.
So it is very broad, but it has 2 failure states, I think, is the way it's balanced to cover that broadness.
Yeah. Okay, so your move. Can you broadcast that move?
I did right before.
Oh, you
but
did
I'll
there?
do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's
So
fine.
you attempt to subvert security measures.
So I
You
successfully
do it.
bypass without leaving a trace and gain some valuable insight into the facility's security.
Okay. All right. So somewhere in a security facility, yeah, you disappear. You bank left and then bloop, drip off the radar, and yeah, take an intel.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So meanwhile, what are you doing?
Meanwhile, at
Flamingo?
street level, I hop into I push into a building that is nearby to this like concrete barrier where we've been storing our distraction.
Yeah, so there's a row of buildings, and like there are shops at street level, and they all have in their AR, they have like we're still open, or like despite construction still open, and like but there's no one around. Like the whole street is kind of quiet.
Yeah, my like drones are all standing idle in like one of these buildings, basically.
I mean the buildings they're not abandoned.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just quiet. That's all.
All right. How am I gonna do this then? Could I just like walk into one of the nearby shops and have like paid to have my gang like stored in the back or something?
I mean, if business is
like that?
slow, they'd be looking for any kind of.
Yeah, I mean this is just like fix are gonna fix, you know. But like I don't know what that is. Like I according to the move, I have my gang available, but like how they are here is the only thing that I am, trying to determine.
Yeah, I think it's probably beyond because you didn't do it in the legwork phase. You didn't like store your robots nearby.
I mean, you have a gear, and that gear can be an unused like parking thing that you've rented out, like shutter open, and they can all just like drive out.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah, if you spend your gear, that's how we would do this flashback thing. And yeah, you can have them stored in like a van or something that's nearby.
Yep, that makes sense. 100%. So yeah, my gear is like the security key card to a building no one's using or something like that, or like a van, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they hop out, and we've got this procession of like 8 humanoid drones with guns and me, and from behind the van I say like, cause as much trouble as you can at that checkpoint. You know.
Okay.
So basically, I'm just sending them to violence, but also nearby.
Yeah, I think you have to participate in the violence for this move to work. Because the thing is, you chose protection, so they have your back. It's not like they're a mayhem squad that does what you want.
It's the only move I can choose with them.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is fine. They provide
right.
security for you. It just means that you have to be a part of it. They don't operate independently.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. Well, I guess I cause as much trouble as I can at this checkpoint. I should fire a gun at a security person.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna walk up and you and your guys are gonna just start shooting at them.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Well, I didn't expect you to use violence for this one, but
You said cause a distraction. This is the most distracting thing.
Okay.
If I go up and talk to them, that's hardly a distraction. All right, so I guess I shoot at them.
Yeah.
But I have a gang, so like gang combat. Like, do I get any advantages for the fact that I've got like a shit ton of robot? Well, not a shit ton, like 8 robots with me.
I mean harm, right? Like you're both like they're gonna take harm for you. You're acting with them, but not like in front of the gang. So it's kind of like in Apocalypse World, right? Like they're doing it for you, but you're still rolling to mix it up. And the violence you're using against this armed force to seize control of an objective. The objective is what? Their attention, like the attention.
The objective is the attention of drones.
Okay.
You know, like the attention of security that would have something to do with what else is going on. The attention of these 3 guys is unimportant.
Of course.
Their attention is going to be on me no matter. I'm shooting guns.
It's their job to pay attention to you.
But the attention of like security past this is what I want.
Yeah, that it goes to the appropriate code where the air support comes in.
And assuming that I can do this, I have further things that I'll do to distract if necessary.
Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. So you mix it up.
All right. So I mix it up. I get what? Would I get 1 forward because I'm following the plan here?
you're causing the distraction.
It's a distraction. It's what I told to do by the soldier.
It's fair.
So you get a 7.
So 7.
Okay. All right. You got to choose 2. You make too much noise, which advances the mission clock. You take harm, which is like harm for you and your gang, because harm gets traded no matter what.
Okay.
Or I guess it doesn't in this case. You have to roll a 7 and 9 to take harm. So yeah, so you take harm. An ally takes harm, or something of value breaks.
Let's do.
So that's interesting that in this, unlike Seize by Force, the assumption is that you don't get hurt.
You don't initially, just like trade harm.
Yeah.
Let's do too much noise.
Okay.
And something of value.
Okay. All right.
Because I can't afford to take harm. Like I just can't.
Sure. Yeah. You and your gang escape harm. But I think that whatever unit you use to communicate with them, that gets like jammed. It's not permanently damaged, but it's like they're stuck on the last order, right?
Is there any kind of like notation as to who these people are that I'm shooting at, other than like city construction workers?
Well, they're guards, right? They're like security guards. Maybe if you'd assess them first. But right now, yeah, there's a gunfight that goes on between the two. What's your so there's 3 of them.
9 of us.
What harm does your
my auto pistol does 2 harm, and my gang does 2 harm. My gang is 2 harm, 1 armored, loyal, disciplined.
Okay. All right. So yeah, they don't take any damage. I think you kill like one of the 2 guys, or you kill 2 of the 3 guys. The other guy falls back behind the barrier, so he's like pinned down. The first 2 guys just get shot up by your dudes. And then the last guy, like, he vaults over the barricade and he drops down and he starts like calling for help. And on the display, I think you see, half of the drones, the 6 like closest drones, start to drop down towards the entrance, this particular entrance into the block.
Okay. Is there like what do you call it? Like a like a gatehouse or something in this area? Like
Yeah. This is where you're fighting, right? Like this,
So
this guy
I'm
is fallen
moving-
behind the barricade. The gate is closed, and he's like firing over this concrete block he's hiding behind.
Yeah, I'm trying to move towards that gatehouse, basically with my goons.
Okay, so that would be another mix it up if you want to like seize the gatehouse from this guy. But
I imagine they're doing something.
yeah,
in this
exactly.
area.
So you see half of the drones like dip down and start
And like I
going.
relay back to like I see them move and I tell like Neat and QQ, I'm like half of them are gone, but we still have six highs up here.
This is gonna get really hot really fast.
All right, Captain. There's your opening.
Okay, yeah.
If you
so
please.
you all feel pushed. You get pushed back into your like the foam bench as the thing takes I guess he finishes the curve around and sort of like loops back the way he was going and then punches it, and you kind of like dip into the seats as it flies over this restricted airspace. So you can see these buildings going by, and again, we're seeing he's flying kind of low, so he's flying between some of these buildings, and we're seeing all of these abandoned-looking buildings. And I don't mean abandoned in the sense that they're like dilapidated, but abandoned in the sense that everyone's been like taken out of them; they've been evacuated. So it's a little eerie in that you're moving through these snowy winds, and they're all these sort of decently appointed buildings. They look fine, but they're all dark, even though it's I don't know what time of day is it. I guess it's late.
You said it was
midnight time.
night that we need to pick
Yeah,
up.
so there's a light underneath the nose of the VTOL jet that like highlights the way you're going, and you can see just all these empty offices. Like we see a shot into an empty apartment, and you come through here and head towards this. And when you break through kind of the canyon of buildings, the building that you are slated to visit is the only one that's still lit. So it's a sort of pyramidal shaped building, and it's got antennae coming off of it. There are various lights, like red lights blinking to warn you from crashing into it. And it's still lit. There's all these different windows that have light coming from within them. And we can see the plane kind of bank down towards the helipad.
What time is it? Are we on time?
Yes. Yeah, you should arrive right on time.
Cool.
So he banks it down. You can see the drones on the far side. They've gone into like alert mode, so they're not just kind of drifting around in circles. They're starting to like spread out to fill in the gaps the other drones are. You figure you don't have that much time before they start to like come forward and make a pass, but the distraction is definitely helping. The VTOL jet starts to glide down, and we can see that the little turret light flashes over the helipad. There's the big painted circle with the H. There's an opening or a door that leads into the sort of pyramid that's coming off the side. But there's no one here. There's no one on the helipad. And like you look at your chronometer and it's like right at midnight, just like blinks on or whatever. It's like right at the appointed time. And Benny's like, is there supposed to be somebody waiting for us, or should I put this thing down or what?
Something. Yeah, put us down.
Okay, so he lands on the helipad.
And I like send B out to like scan and see if like someone's like just behind something.
Yeah. I like budging close with you so I can
Stealth
try and
mode.
assess through your thing.
So Cathode is assessing, and you can help.
I really need to assess.
if you want.
Okay. I'm assessing through B, which means it's plus stealthy. Very stealthy.
Okay.
Extra that.
So
Yeah.
if you fail, I can't be like someone sees your drone.
Okay, so assesses edge. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Is this still following plan? Plan following? Or is this like because the plan is like did not include this guy not being here. So what is that?
Well, we don't even know if it's a guy.
Or
At some point we've morphed it to be. Yeah, we don't even know what we're picking up. It could be anything.
So I don't think you
yeah,
get-
if you're rolling, it's off plan because
So
that's
that was the question. Do I get one forward because this isn't what we expected? There was
I
supposed to be
think
one
this
here.
exists outside of the paradigm of that move. So it's like if you
Okay.
fail, it doesn't lose the bonus, but it doesn't get the bonus either.
Okay, that
That's
was
a good
my
point, yeah.
question.
You're acting in peripheral to the move itself.
yeah.
Do my drones count as using synth? Probably not.
No.
Okay.
Synth is for using cyberware. You got 10 anyway. All right.
Mostly done.
So now remember with assess, you can ask some stuff now, some stuff later. Like you can hang on to it, and as long as you're on the pad and haven't like figured out what's going on, you have your assess questions. You got 3 to hold. Do you want to spend any right now?
I guess what we're looking for is what complication, right? That's the whole thing we're looking for is like there was supposed to be a contact here exactly at this time, right? Neat.
Yeah,
So what?
I think so.
That's a great question to ask.
Current complication do I need to be wary of?
Yeah. So whatever plan that your contact had to like get out here at a certain time, your noise you made at the front door ramped up security and probably slowed them down. Okay. So they're probably stuck inside, trying to get here, but the whole place is like on security because they're like, oh, somebody's at the front door. Everybody just fucking sit back down and chill your shit. So the general threat level has gone up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I like send B out there and B like makes the circuit and I'm just like the guys, whoever we're supposed to meet, whatever we're supposed to grab, it's not here yet. There's nothing up here.
Okay, we need to get out and try and do something about this. Do you think you can get cameras inside? See if we can track them?
I guess that's a question. Could my intel or gear be used to get eyes on the inside?
I mean, intel will give you a bonus to make a roll.
Okay.
Gear can give you a piece of gear.
Right. So I guess I could try and get eyes on the inside.
How would you do that?
By I would have to find something like a kind of computer on the roof that would be weird. I don't know.
I can get inside.
We could also wait.
He looks at Neat and I'm just like, is this turning into an extraction?
We don't even know what we're looking for.
Yeah, it's a problem. Yeah, we don't want to make any noise up here because then they'll stop people coming up. We just wait and get ready to leave.
Neat.
Yep.
Either hold there or leave. Like,
okay. Well, we hold. We try and wait. Yeah, if you can look inside, see if you can identify anything out of the ordinary, that would help. But like, there's probably some sort of like, if there's a bunch of like antennae and stuff, like you can probably get in there, right?
So from where you are, you're sitting on a door. You're sitting on a big open helipad. There's a railing all the way around. There's some concrete steps that lead down onto a little landing, and then the landing has on the other side a door that goes into a hallway or something inside. Out here, you can see that there's some kind of ventilation unit that's dumping exhaust or something, whatever, out of the building. It's part of the building's internal air conditioning system, and then there's some kind of like antenna. There's a satellite dish pointed up at the sky. So anyway, meanwhile, down below in the street, it's being lit up by gunfire. This guy's pinned down, but he's in a defensible position because it's like a gatehouse. Do you want to try to push up?
I want to seize the gatehouse.
All right, mix it up.
Okay. Gatehouse mixing.
Okay.
7, 8 with the 1 forward I should have had, but it doesn't change anything. So, okay, so I gotta pick stuff again.
Yes. Yeah.
It is mix it up, right?
It is. Yes. Yeah. Because you're seizing by force here. You got to choose 2 of the things.
Just take harm. It's the worst that could happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some harm.
Okay, so you take harm as established by the fiction.
I'll take harm as established by the fiction. And I gotta do the value thing again, I guess. Something of value breaks. I can't advance the clock any further. And an ally takes harm as established by fiction would mean
it's not really relevant.
It's not really relevant, yeah.
Okay, so let's figure out the harm. Your gang is protecting you. So
they have 1 armor. So
This guy, he's got a like an assault rifle.
yeah,
What's
I
the
would
assault
guess
rifle? What's
so.
the harm on an assault
3.
rifle? 3. Okay.
Three.
Generally 3.
Okay, so he does 3, which is reduced to 2 because it's a gang, which is reduced to 1
Because it's armor.
because it's armor. Yep. So you take 1 harm.
Okay,
Just
let's
gotta
roll
make that harm-
harm.
make that harm move.
Ah, my favorite roll in the
Yeah,
game.
the best one. And then we can talk about what of value gets damaged here because
Okay, so I subtract harm when rolling the harm move, 1 harm because I'm wearing armored clothes.
yeah, so this is just a base 2d6.
So it's just the base T. I 8.
Okay, so on an 8 for the harm move, I choose 1. You lose your footing, lose grip on whatever you're holding, lose track of something or someone you're attending to. Someone gets the drop on you. I'm going to tie this in with the thing that of value that gets damaged. You have an internal comms, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what it is. I think your comm system gets fucked up.
You gotta rattle my comms.
Yeah, I think that you lose your line of communication with Cathode, and as a result, you lose track of someone or something you're attending to. So you get separated from them. So Cathode, you hear a squeal in your comms, like, and then you lose your connection. You drop connection with the street.
Flamingo, hello. Guys?
Flamingo, you see, and I think we see this from above. Actually, we see you fighting. You move up. You off this dude because he's going to take 3 harm. Actually, he's not dead. He's just dropped. Right. He takes 3 harm, up to 4 because it's a gang, and then back down to 2 because he's got 2 armor. So you come up and knock this guy down. He's lying in his own pool of his own blood. But you seize the little like guard post outside the gate. And
Is there a computer of some kind, a screen, a monitor, or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a terminal here, and it currently is displaying a corporate logo that's like a rook, like a tower.
Okay.
And
Do I know what that logo is?
You could take a minute to assess if you want, but at a glance you don't.
Okay.
So yeah, you see this. It's just the Rook logo with a password prompt. You get up, you lose your comm, and remember you've lost. You can't issue new commands to your guys, so they just basically like lock this area down, and then they stop here until you can like repair that. The other thing is we see all this happening from above because there's these drones, these like black kind of boomerang shaped drones that like drift in, and they're totally silent. They just kind of like drift in and start like moving, like floating down towards you. Now, meanwhile, upstairs, yeah, QQ, you also realize that you hear Cathode be like, Flamingo, and then yeah, comms are out. What do you do?
This mission's fucked.
Huh?
No, she's got to be patient. We don't need to go anywhere. You can't get to her anyway. It's going to be fine. Conto's going to find a way out.
I mean, technically, you could just jump off the roof.
You're like 70 stories up.
I'm
Kathy,
not full of faith and confidence in this contact.
I mean,
No.
how long has it been? What time is it?
The window is like almost closed. Like you're halfway there, and there's no one here.
Let's give it 2 minutes. I mean, they might be late. We might have a smaller window to extract, but what else can we do? If we head in there, we're going to spook the security further, and they're going to tighten things up.
Like pacing really aggressively inside the chopper and like kicking things.
I could send B down.
I mean, if you think it's going to help.
I mean, I don't know what happened to Flamingo. The comms are out. I don't know. Like, that's not, I mean.
She knows what she's got to do, and she knows the time frame in it. She's only going to stay there for a few minutes, and she's going to leave, especially once she realizes that we can't tell her anything else.
Now remember, you still have two questions you can ask, right? For the assess?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could ask something about best way in, way out, way past. We could ask biggest threat in the situation. How can we avoid trouble here?
I feel like the answer to what is the biggest threat is the contact not getting out. So maybe looking for a way in makes sense, actually. Let's ask for the best way. If if you think that's a decent question for you to ask. We do have a sizable army, a la QQ, in the trouble with us.
Okay, yeah. What's the best way in if our contact doesn't ever come out? Like, what's our best way in?
There is a door directly in front of you.
Got it. Easy peasy. Thanks. Thank you.
That is the best way. There's no better way. That's what that confirms.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. There's a door.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's just sitting there. You can see it. It's like a steel door. It's got a little like RFID like pad next to it. There's a light, like a hooded light, shining this pool of light around the front of it. Little snow drifting, floating around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and QQ is just like, I can take the fucking door. I can go in there and get them.
I could
If I
open
knew
the
what
door.
I was looking for.
I don't
Right.
know that. No.
Right.
We didn't previously to now have that intel.
Let's just keep fumbling around in the dark then.
I mean,
How big is this thing?
She, like,
How
takes
far
that
could they be?
How big is what thing?
the building.
How
you said
big
it
is
was
this
like
building?
70 stories.
Yeah, it's huge. It's like a huge skyscraper. It's the biggest
Yeah,
building.
if you go
the
in
area.
there,
It's an absolutely bad idea to go inside.
yeah, if you go in there, we've got like less than 10 minutes now to find somebody on whatever floor, and we don't even know where
Well, the
they're
thing
gonna
is too,
be.
you don't know why the window is only 10 minutes. You don't know what's going to happen. Like you can see on your watch, Neat, the timer, because I assume you've set like a separate window timer. You can see it like ticking down, and you don't know it's in the red now. You don't know what's going to happen when it runs out.
Okay. Maybe we go for those. Maybe we go for eyes on what's going on inside and just prepare as best we can. QQ, you cover the door. We'll open up the back, make sure anybody armed runs out onto the roof, isn't screaming for us to get them out of there, then you light them up. Yeah?
Sounds boring. But yeah.
I'm sorry, next time we'll leave you down there as the distraction if that helps.
All right. So yeah, what are you're gonna split up here and take positions? What's the situation? Where do we see everybody going? You're basically like right before you snap into action.
I'm covering, I think, the VTOL and Kathy.
Hmm?
And covering you to make sure you're safe. I think QQ is like laser focused, make sure nobody like comes from the sky or the door, like covering everywhere else. And did we establish that it would be possible for you to attempt to bypass the security and have eyes on inside?
The first, but not the second, right?
Yeah, I can open the door, but there's no like camera thing out here.
No, it's fine. I brought a tap with me. All you need to do is like make sure that they don't notice they're being surveilled. Just install this, cut wires, plug both in.
Yeah, I could do that.
So yeah, the device that you have, Neat. Yeah, you could just splice it into the security system and then bring up like a video feeds from inside, and you could use that to start assessing the interior of the building or whatever.
Okay, so off of the dish, I have to get out of the plane.
Yes, you absolutely have to get out of the plane, run across the helipad to the security. Well, the thing is, this dish it's an internal like external comms device, so you don't know if it plugs into the system, but that would be a good place to start. You could also get inside and find a terminal inside that you could hook to.
Yeah, we'll try this first. If we need to go in, find that terminal, then.
Okay, so you just have like a tap thing, and I can go.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, so I grab it and I'm like, oh yeah, tech, I got this, and I get like basically like whistle at Puppy Cat, and then like we get out of the VTOL and like beeline over. I have Puppy Cat in between me and the place where I think anyone would be coming from, which is the door.
Yeah, and I think you also have QQ there, right? If you're covering the entrances.
I will
Unless
murder
you want me to do that.
murdering, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so QQ and Cathode jump out of the back of the VTOL. There's the howling of the wind blowing around up here because you're quite high up,
It's
and
totally messing up my hair.
the engines like roaring in standby mode. And you run through the snow blowing around you, run for that satellite dish. Downstairs, Flamingo, you bust into the room. There's the computer terminal next to you, and the drones kind of coming in from above. I feel like rather than like keep pushing it because we're not going to finish the mission today, I feel like we should cliffhanger it here, right? Like because everybody's about to do the next thing.
Delightful.
So let's put our cliffhanger in place here, and we'll come back to finish this operation next time. Cool. Shit got complicated. Shit got real complicated.
The clocks went up too many.
So something that I did, and we can talk about it more at the end of the mission, but what I did for this one was set specific things that happen at different checks of the clock, and I'll show them to you after the mission, so you can see why different things were happening at different times.
We can see how it's totally fair and reasonable.
Exactly. I'd like to show you why. Yeah, these things. I'm not just screwing with you.
It's really cool because it's like, in an ideal world, we could find out all the stuff we need to and make counters against it, but we don't have the resources to do either of those things. So it's like you have a completely reasonable corporation with like fair security, and we just like have to try and piece in what bits of that we can discern and then deal with it.
And
it's really
something
cool
that's interesting about having the action clock preset, like understanding what each thing is that during legwork, if you had succeeded at the like more aggressively at figuring out their security, I could tell you things that might happen during the action clock, so you could be prepared for them. Yeah, it's neat. It is really neat. Cool.
Well, I'm really neat.
We'll figure. Yeah, you are 100%. So we'll figure out how this all goes when we gather next for the sprawl. Why don't we say our goodbyes for now? Blue Jay, aka Cathode, do you want to go first?
Sure. I am Blue Jay. I play Cathode on Fridays. I play Oleander on Thursdays, and I play Maribel on Wednesdays. Two of those are here. The other one is on twitch.tv/misclicks. The rest of the time, I just play video games and read to people, which is good. So you can find me at those places or at twitch.tv/bluejay, or you can see really interesting things about my life on my Twitter, like the fact that I got 2 egg yolks and an egg yesterday. I guess that's lucky. That's my Twitter. Really important stuff. So
you've just described most of social media. Thank you.
Yep, that's me.
Soldier in charge, Dave.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming and watching and stuff. It's cool as always. It's like really nice to see like the level of engagement of you all as fans for this has been like huge. It's really awesome. Like the amount of fan art and everything, like we said last week, and it's not really let up. As you can see, we got some more fan art for the mission screen and stuff. So yeah, thanks for that. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm Dave_the_human. And yeah, I still feel really weird about being the in control person, being the soldier. So every time I like ask people or like tell people what their job is, I I'm like staring at like the Zoom windows and just being like, is okay?
Cool. Thanks, Dave.
Cool.
Andrew.
Hi, that's me.
It is.
You can find me on Twitter at Commuting Crow. You can watch me in like an hour from now continue designing my the Magical Girl anime role-playing game that I'm trying to make. And that's going to be on twitch.tv/actualfactual.
Nice. Cool. I'm going to host the hell out of that. Elf.
Hi, I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter at distractedelf. Why am I always in a gunfight?
That's a really good question. I was wondering that too. As soon as all that stuff started happening, I was like, wait, why is this you? Oh no.
Yeah. Like, I really wasn't expecting it, but it's like cool that you've got guys with guns, and you're just like,
I would,
Hammer.
I'd like to compare and contrast, because compared to the last fight you were in, you're kicking ass on this one. You have things to ablate that aren't your body parts, so that's good.
Yeah, I still feel, I don't know. I feel like I'm at cross purposes with myself and everyone. So I will have to try and resolve that.
Yeah, I was thinking. So this, I don't want to do another mission planning session, because as folks who are watching on Twitch, as you can see, it's a lot of stuff, and I don't want to try to overlap an existing mission and a new one in my head. So what we'll probably do next time is we'll finish this mission, however long that takes, and then maybe we'll just like hang out a little bit and like talk about the game so far, because I know, like, Andrew, you've got some ideas about some things. So that'd be a good opportunity for us to take, 20 minutes, half an hour, and talk about that. And yeah, seeing where we're at with our characters and kind of what we expected versus what the first two missions gave us and all that, I think would be that'd be worth doing. So we'll do that. We'll do that when we play. The schedule is going to be a bit different next week. Keep an eye on Twitter for that. I think we're playing this one on Wednesday. Is that the plan next week?
Yeah, I think so.
Because that's the day I got off of work.
Yes,
so
I'm making sure. Okay,
So-
so next week we're gonna take a 1 week break from D&D, but we'll be back on Wednesday with more of the Sprawl. And of course, if you missed it, you'll be able to watch it on the Twitch VODs or on YouTube on the weekend. I'm your MC. My name is Adam Coble. It's also my Twitch channel. You can find me on Twitter at Skinny Ghost. Make sure you throw a follow to Roll20 app. We're hiring some people right now. So if you are a person with professional skills who likes Roll20 and wants to get in on that shit, I can say with some degree of experience that working with Roll20 is pretty fun. So check that out. You can find our job postings, roll20.net, or on the Twitters. Otherwise, we will be back next week, and we will do some more cool cyber stuff. So I hope I will see you then. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.